Alright there, Ashburn fans. I think it is not working because no one is watching. And I think some people would watch these games. Alright. Hopefully it's working. Apologies for a little bit late start, Ashburn fans. We are still at 0-0 with just a few minutes in, and you got here just in time to see Shane put in the first goal of the game. The score will be 1-0 Ashburn as we start. You're on now. Thank you, Jamie and Amy. Apologies. I had some connectivity problems last minute, and unfortunately, the Wiggins family invited us all to Anita's for margaritas, and the waiter, I think his name was Jose. All right, wait. Armand, bad save. I thought it actually snuck past me for a second there. I was like panicking. Kyle, beautiful backhanded pass to Brody out of the zone, across to Landon. White gets a stick on it and turns it around. Kyle will pick it up in the backfield, pass it across to Mason. Mason tries to get up to Brody. Brody gets it out of the zone, and then hands it backwards, drops it back under some pressure back to where Mason will have to go chase it. Mason turns it around, sends it back where Kyle was unfortunately not looking that way anymore. He had to go skate around. Brody, nice long pass to Landon. Unfortunately, with the reach, he does not quite get it, and it's going to be an icing call with exactly 11 minutes left on the clock. Anyhow, the waiter over at Anita's screwed up all our checks, and we're all desperate to leave to get over to the game. He'd all absconded with all of our credit cards, and then confused everything. So, hockey is a social sport for the parents. All right, Zach took the drop. Looks like Bobby chased it back to the backfield. It's going to pass it up to Jack. Oh, Jack just gets back check there. Just puck gets taken away from him. Zach scrambles to get it back. It's going to come back to Spencer. Long back up to Jack. Jack, wrister from the blue line. Goalie blocker save. Zach briefly picked up the rebound, and then Reston took it away from him. They do a nice job passing it through to the far side, getting it up. And Spencer, just as the guy's accelerating, just sticks it away like it was easy. Long pass up to Jack again. Jack, tries to keep his body between keep that puck away, keep his body in between. And Reston did a nice job of getting it away from him, and they send it long where it will be icing. Charlie got there just in time, but icing anyway. 10 minutes, 7 seconds left in the first period. We are up 1-0. 3 shots on the board to 4 shots. We've taken 4, they've taken 3. Brian will take the drop. Will and Joey out there on wing. Greg passed it up to Joey, back to Brian, who lost possession under some pressure there. Reston will skate it through. Charlie sticks it away. It slides to Armand, who flicks it out to the corner. Greg picks it up. He's waiting, looking, passes around the boards to Joey. It's going to go past him, and Brian will race for it. Unfortunately, he kind of loses that one a little bit. Standpoint, he got there about the same time, but Reston ended up with possession. Brian gets it away, sends it around back behind the net to Will. Will up to Greg. Greg, wrister in. Goalie, stick save, high up into the air, does not stop. Brian drops it back behind the net. Unfortunately, does not have a teammate there. Reston tries to pass it out. Does a nice job intercepting. Greg is going to have to look, and he's racing. This guy's got some speed. Kept him from getting a shot off. Kept it to the corner. That's Charlie, who sent it around back to where Greg was. Will tapped it back. Greg hard off the boards, up to past Joey. Reston's going to turn it around here. Charlie tries to stick it away. Kyle just gets his body in there, no whistle on it. Kept him from getting the shot off. It was nice. Rister, Kyle, and Shane both get in the way. Nice pass into the center by Reston, and Charlie was there to receive it. Unfortunately for them, good for us. Tim and Kyle both there trying hard to get it out. All right, gets passed back to Kyle. He's got a beat to think about it this time. Sends it up to Brody on the close. I think that's the unfamiliar side. Usually Brody's playing the other side of the ice. Shane sends it around behind the net. Reston turns around. Kyle will be there for... Oh, they've just passed it out wide to no one. Mason has plenty of opportunity. Pick it up. He's going to hit the gas, I think. Gets it up past the line, and they managed to stick it away from him. But their own shenanigans meant that Brody got it away. He tried to get a shot off. Got deflected by number something 7 on White. Here we go, scrambling through the center. Brody's not even looking as he steps into the bench. It's right behind him. Zach gets it into the zone. Paul's out there. Bobby will turn around neutral ice, takes it across the line. Hands it off to Jack. He's going to send it around behind the net. Zach looking for a pass. Finds Bobby. Bobby receives it. Can't get a shot off before he gets some pressure. Oh, and he misses a reception there. It's going to go all the way back. Spencer will have to pick it up. Sends it long up to Paul. Beautiful job. Paul gets clobbered, unfortunately. Waited just a beat too long. Bobby tries to pass it out to a teammate, but nobody was there. It gets dumped in by, I'm not sure who. Paul fishes it out. Drop pass back to Zach. I think that's Zach. Back to Bobby. Oh, and it's... They're calling that one off. We got to get off, I think. I know it was a high stick. They let that one go. I thought it actually came out past the line. So it should have been an offsides call, in my opinion. But ref didn't see it, I guess, so we're just going on with it. That'll be icing on Reston. And play will stop. Score is still 1-0 with 6 minutes, 26 seconds left on the clock in the first period. We've taken 5 shots to their 3. It's been an exciting first start to the game, first period. Again, my apologies for getting a little bit of a late start. The game actually started a few minutes early. I might have made it if they hadn't started 2 or 3 minutes before scheduled time, but as long as the players are ready, their ice is ready, the refs are ready. Reston tried to get it around there. Charlie blocked it away. Reston picked it up, got a shot off. Armand, easy save. Scramble in the corner there. Charlie will have a chance to do something. He gets shoved into the boards is what he gets. And Greg and Charlie there. Wrap. Armand flicks up. It's over. It's over the line. I thought they had that one easy, but unfortunately it popped up in the air. Armand was down as butterflies. Got at least one save in. But it landed behind him after popping straight up into the air off the save. And the score will be 1-1 with 5 minutes and 54 seconds left in the first period. Shane takes the drop. Reston comes out with possession. Brody gets it away. Oh, no! It got back to Reston, and they hit it again. Off of Armand's stick, I believe. They try to slap it in from, in the paint. It hit Armand's stick, popped up high, and, came back down behind him, I think is what happened. All right. Reston got possession after the drop, and they tried to send it long. Mason stopped it up. Tried to send it back. Reston dumps it, goes back behind Armand's net. Kyle up to Landon. Landon looking for something. He's going to send it long. He doesn't have a teammate there, and that's going to be icing. So we're down. Unfortunately, after starting off with a lead, we're down 1 point, 2-1. Plenty of hockey left. 2 motivated teams here. I do appreciate the feedback from those of you who are letting me know the stream starts. It's a weirdness with the Streamlabs. We'll start streaming. It'll look like it's working, and I've discovered it often is not. So I start the stream and then looking to see if somebody actually connects. It does show me that how many people are watching. All right, Reston does a nice job passing it through, then flubs it and giving Zach an opportunity to intercept it. Has to do a little fancy skating. They try to get it away. And he loses an edge. Gets like almost tripped there, I think, but no whistle on it. Scramble with Paul and Zach in the corner. Reston will dump it long, and Spencer will have to race for it. Pressure on him. He's going to send it long around the glass. That'll probably be icing. Yep. 4 minutes 45 seconds left in the first, and it will come back. We're down by 1. After the drop, comes right back to Charlie, right in front of Armand's net. He hands it off to Joey, who passed it up to Will. Will took a shot, goalie saved. Brian tries to do something. It's going to come all the way back to Greg at the line. Reston gets it out, hands it back to Charlie. Charlie up to Will. Will dumps it into the corner. Joey will pick up the pressure. Sticks it away briefly. There's a little scramble there. It looks like I can't see where the puck is. There we go. Joey picks it up. Back to Charlie. Charlie back to Joey. Touched it with his stick, but Reston gets around Charlie. That was impressive. He was looking very mobile. 3-on-2 struggle at the boards there. Brian, Charlie, and Joey. Eventually, Brian got it out, hands it back around the boards, back to Joey. Joey hard off the boards, up to Charlie. Charlie will send it long. Sends it in front of Brian, unfortunately, and Reston picked it up. They're going to get into the zone where Greg will have clear opportunity. He's going to take it and accelerate with it. Greg gets up past the line and dumps it, heads to the bench. Reston will pick it up behind their own net. Hard around to their player who gets it out of their defensive zone. Connects the pass. Their guy shoots it way over Armand's head. Player on the boards picks up the rebound. Oh, there's a nice pass up to Tim, kind of. I mean, nice in that Tim lofts it into the ceiling and play will stop. Shane took the drop. This comes back to Mason. Mason sends it up into the offensive zone. Little scramble there with Tim. Kyle on defense. Pops it up high. Pushes the guy into the boards. Little 3-on-2 scramble there along the boards. I think that was Mason around up to Tim. Under pressure, came back to Mason, up to Brody. Brody gets it past the red line, dumps it, heads to the bench. We're going to have to come off. Bobby touched it twice, unfortunately. It came just past the line. Zach took the drop, came back to Bobby. Bobby dumps it in long. Paul will put pressure on. Reston got there first because, certainly it was their defensive team in the backfield. Do a nice job passing around. Reston brings it out, and I think in confrontation with Zach, it pops off his stick up into the Reston bench, and play will stop. I'd like to take this moment to encourage everyone to be thankful. There's good scientific research that says that gratitude is the key to happiness. Personally, I'm thankful for my fingers because I can always count on them. All right, it's a long pass. Reston picked up the possession after the drop, and they just slam it into the boards. He bounces all the way down, and it will be icing. And we'll bring it back. All right, Zach took the drop. Nice box from Jack to Bobby to Spencer, shot in. Zach picks up the rebound. I think it was Jack. Tries to do something. Gets body slammed there. Reston tries to get it out. And Zach's going to keep the pressure on the whole way. Jack will dump it down long, make him go do this again. This time Zach's there to race for it, and he will get possession. Hand it up to Spencer. Spencer, wrister bouncing in, and follow-up shot by Paul, and the goalie has it, unfortunately. Holding it, waiting for that whistle. We're down 2-1, and there's a minute 15 seconds left in the first period. The nice possible opportunities there. He's got some shots off, but couldn't find the back of the net. Number 62 skates it through. White. Shot gets deflected wide. Greg took it out, tried to pass it up to Will. Shot there, Armand stopped it once, and there's a little scramble there. Armand's like on his butt. His teammate was behind him. Brian somehow ended up like sitting behind Armand in the goal. It looks like the puck is there, but I think they're not counting it as a goal. Scramble, and puck will slide out long. White will chase it. Joey's racing to get there, keep the pressure up. White turns it around. Passes it through. Back. Armand. Nice save there. They tried to pass it around, get the backdoor shot, and he was ready for it. Long pass up to Will. He's got a near breakaway. Shot. It's too high. He loses an edge. His head slides into the corner. Brian tries to do something. Oh, they're going to be... I don't know what that whistle was for. It was a gesture on the referee that I just have no idea what that was supposed to mean. We're going to restart that one. Shane takes the drop. Reston, it looked like it was going to come with possession, and somehow Landon got in there. Shane hands it off to Brody and to Landon. A little weird jumping going on here. And they hit the safety net as Reston tries to take it out. Play will stop. We'll pick that one back up from the spot, close to the Reston net. 5 seconds and 5.5 seconds left to go. We get probably one last shot at this. Shane takes the drop, sends it in spinning, and I think that was Charlie, No, I'm sorry, it was Brody who tried real hard to get a shot off there. And we will go into the first break, the first period break, down a point. I'm thinking about quitting my part-time job as a ski instructor. You know, when I started, I felt like I was on top of the world, but then it was all downhill. I think instead I took up a new hobby, which is learning to play the kazoo, and that's just humming along. Of course, you can always tell, there's a number of games where I would make the effort to try to write down some one-liners ahead of time just to fill the gaps when the play stopped, and I got out of that habit, so today I sketched out a couple, but I'm going to run out soon. Of course, I can't look them up on my phone because I'm busy filming with it. So I gotta be prepared. I definitely appreciate the link that Sewick sent out to the motivational speech from the movie Miracle. I had Luke watch that one on the car ride up. Zach takes a drop. Comes back to Bobby. Bobby to Spencer. Spencer sends it long. I think tried to get up to Paul. It actually went past him. White picks it up. Sends it long. It's going to be icing. Oh, no. Actually, Zach got there, and Armand reached out and touched it, so before it crossed the line. It's going to come long. Paul tries Paul struggling to keep it. Just get that shot off. He's going to take it. Ends up taking behind the net under defensive pressure there. Wraps it all the way around, looking for the shot. Slides it into the paint. Goalie gets it, and there's rebounds there, and it's in. I think I'm not. I'd have to go back and watch and see if it was Zach or Jack. Zach or Jack put it in. They were both right there. Paul did a nice, beautiful, looking for that moment, skated all the way around, kept it away from the defense, slid it into the paint, and we will be 2-2 with 14 minutes and 24 seconds left to play in the second period. Tie game. Brian will take the drop. Hands it back. It goes right between Greg and Charlie all the way back to Armand. Charlie tries to send it along, and White's already there. Comes back to Charlie again. This time he will get it up to Will, who will touch it. And they're going to call that one icing. It's a little unclear. Will touched it right about the time that it crossed the center line. I would have given him the credit and let it go, but again, when it comes to officiating, my opinion is not important. All right, after the drop, Reston came up with it and tried to pass it back. Some kind of shot. Joey turned it around, but then in neutral ice, they managed to get it through and get possession back. They're going to do a nice job passing across. Sends it slaps it over Armand's head. He reaches up, snags it out of the air, and we will start this one again from the spot. 2-2 on the scoreboard, 13 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the second period. This time they got possession, again, flicked it way over Armand's head. This time he had no chance of trying to snatch that one out of the air. Reston's going to pass it back and forth behind the net. Skates it around, pass. Kyle engages, gets it away, tries to slap it away. Got it eventually. He tried to slap it at some point and just kind of whiffed it, but then he got it. So that's Mason. Dumping around trying to get it back to Kyle. Kyle couldn't see the player behind him, and White turns it around. He's going to come back out to neutral ice, and White has to come off. Mason has a chance to go breathe for a split second while he decides where to go. Number 46, White, keeps the pressure up. Gets to, I think that's Landon was along the boards. Kyle around to Tim. Bounces off his stick out closer to the net, and Shane just slaps it out of the defensive zone and gives us not much time to breathe because Reston turned it right around. Kyle's got it at this point. Hits the brakes. Nice hard up the boards up to Tim. Tim's going to receive it pretty clean and gets around the guy, and he's there. Shot. Goalie touches it with his glove, deflects it. Paul will pick it up in the corner. Paul does a nice job skating it around. Gets it to the backhand of Tim's stick. He tries to backhand it towards the net. Defense blocks it. And they manage to get it long. Bobby will pick it up, neutral ice. Does some fancy moves. He will drive it in. Takes a shot, goalie. Blocker save, punches it away. Zach picks it up in the corner. Scramble, and he can pass it out. Spencer, shot. Goalie, stick save up into the safety net. And we will stop play. We're still 2-2 with 11 minutes, 57 seconds left in the second period. Tension's killing me. My son's not even out there on the ice today. Hopefully. I say hopefully. I mean, as much as I would love to see my son play, that would mean that something terrible happened to Armand or his equipment. All right. Nice pressure from Reston, keeping us moving it back in our own defensive zone. But we've kept clear possession. Nice passing through. Up to Brody in neutral ice. He will skate across the line, gets around, waiting for the high angle shot. Oh, tried to pass it to Zach, and the goalie's covered it, and there's the whistle. That was a very good opportunity. Almost worked, I think. It's easy for me to say after the fact, but their goalie probably is like, I had it the whole time. All right, Brian took the drop, got it to Joey. Joey back to Brian. Back to Joey. The two of them, a little bit of a scramble. One of them lost a stick. I guess it was Joey. Picks it back up on the backside of the net. Brian does a nice job at intercepting it. Hands it off to Joey. Joey backhands it long. Will, little spinning move, scramble. Unfortunately gets outdone by Reston. Greg snaps it. Perfect timing. Up to Will. Will sends it long. Brian gets out in front of the Reston player. They try to send it to their guy at point, and Joey intercepted it. Hands up to Will. Will drop back to Joey. Joey's going to try to wrap it, looking for something. There's too many players. There's like 3 guys between him and the goalie, much less the net. Reston tries to send it around. Will picks it up. High angle shot, deflected up somewhere high into the glass behind the net. Will again looking for it. Backhanded shot. Oh, past the goalie. Nice. Beautiful Will Schneider, hero of the moment. Period of period 2. Backhanded it into the goal. It's hard to be accurate with that, the stick curving the wrong way. Just wait for the moment. Goalie, faked right, and the puck went to his left. Left, right. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure. I'm going to hold my hands up. All right, Reston got it. It's got a shot off. Armand, easy save. Again, score is 3-2. We got 10 minutes and 7 seconds left. I forgot to call out the time at the last score, but Shane takes a drop. Try to get it back to Mason. Reston came up with it. They try to pass it up through. Oh, and their guy at the point is going to miss it. Landon will race to get there. He goes down. Shane picks it up. That's a penalty on Reston. I think hooking. Number 74, White, goes to the box like the dirty dog he is. Put him in his crate. So we will have a 2-minute power play here at Ashburn, home ice, for this, our first game of the CBHL Finals. As Shane took the drop, back to Bobby, cross to Kyle. Kyle took shots, comes back out, a little scramble there, back to Kyle. Kyle, wrister again, wide of the net. Bobby, slap shot, wide, again wide. Kyle, skating through, back to Bobby. Shot, somebody's lost a stick out there. Scramble, they blew a whistle. The goalie lost his stick. It was a player handed one of his. I don't know what they blew the whistle for. I mean, so what they blew a whistle for was number 19, White. And we will presumably go to a 5-on-3 power play for the next minute, 33 seconds on the clock. It'll be 5-on-3. Well, I mean, we're going to put it in before then. Zach takes a drop. It's going to end up, surprisingly, White comes up with it. Maybe not that surprising. Kyle, shot. Goalie gloved it. Nice save. Good opportunity. Keep doing that. Well, Kyle's going to go to the bench. So I was going to say, keep doing that, Kyle. But, give somebody else a chance. I think it's sometimes a temptation to be greedy in those 5-on-3, right? Boys all want to see their name on the score sheet. Kyle, I think they mostly care about the team more than themselves, but that's Greg to Zach to Mason. Mason looking, takes a shot, goalie's got it. Reston goalie is no slouch. Minute 7 seconds left of 5-on-3 play. Zach takes it. Reston comes up with it. And they're going to single-handedly try to skate it through, but they can't get past both Bobby and Kyle. That's just not happening. Long pass up to Zach. Nice reception. Cross to Brody, and he puts it in. That was a beautiful play. I mean, Zach just sent it in fast. I mean, it bounced off Brody's stick just there, tipped it in. I mean, no reception, line it up and shoot. I mean, just snap it off there. And we will be 4 points to 2 on the board with 8 minutes and 39 seconds left in the second period. We are up by 2 in the CBHL semifinals. Brian takes a drop. White got a stick on it briefly, and then I think that was Charlie sent it long. White will ice it. No icing call. Waved off. Charlie, hard around, up to Will, receives it. Holds it for a second, then Brian gets it. White turns it around from behind Brian, up to Charlie. Charlie's looking. We are still up by one player here, I believe. Charlie drive pass to Brian. Brian to Joey. Joey back to Will at the line. Back to Joey. Looking for an opportunity. Passes it through to Charlie on the far side. He takes a kind of high angle shot. Gets deflected into the corner. Joey putting some pressure on. Scramble along the boards. Brian comes in, loses his stick. White has to get it across. They got it. Will send it up to Greg. I think it's hard to describe it. All right, I think that's Will gloved it out of the air. White comes up with it, has to get past Joey, which he does. Slap shot hard. Armand punches it away. I mean, from the red line. On net, Armand, blocker save, up into the safety net, and play's going to stop. Again, for those of you just joining, which is probably no one, but we are up 4-2 with 7 minutes and 28 seconds left in the second period. With 8 seconds left on a power play. White gets it, shot. Armand has it in his glove. 3 seconds left in the power play. Probably won't help us much, considering we're starting down by near our own net. Shane takes the drop, hands it up to Spencer, and power play is over. White player heads straight to the bench, out of the box. Slap shot. Armand. Sorry, was holding my breath there for a second. It hit him in the chest, popped up straight up in the air, and came back down, and he covered it. As it popped up. All right, Shane took the drop, handed it off to Spencer. Spencer around the board. Tim tapped it, and it went long. Landon interrupts the pass, giving Tim a chance to pick it up again. Hard around. Spencer stops at the line. White tries to take it from him, but he just keeps turning around. Tim gets a shot, bounces off the goalie, and White's going to send it long. Bobby will race for it, and he's losing, but he does well enough that he can tap the puck away. So Bobby's pretty fast. The guy from Reston was even faster for that pickle race, but not fast enough to get it clean. Reston picks it up. They've got it behind their own net. Tim comes in, puts the pressure on. They send it long to the... Try to get it out. Oh, jeez! Goalie's out of position. Tim was right there in the paint, but it was off balance. He couldn't get the shot off as it slid behind him. Paul trying to do something. He's passed through. Tim hesitated just a beat. Got a shot wide of the net. Shane taps it back behind the net. Paul. Shane sends it through the paint, bouncing. Reston will get it out into neutral ice. Past Mason. They're going to do a line change. Mason off the boards up to where he's expecting his teammate to be. Reston sends it super long. That should be icing, and there's the whistle. The score is still 4-2 with 5 minutes, 41 seconds left in the second period. Zach takes the drop, hands it back to Kyle. Kyle wrister a little wide of the net. Looking for a teammate to help him, I guess. Brody and Zach putting pressure on. I think that was Zach turned it around, but Brody was already out of position there. Paul swooping in, putting that pressure on. Reston's got it on their stick. And they get it passed up to the line where Kyle and Mason will try to keep it away. Kyle, just like shoulders that guy. No whistle on it, so I guess that was a clean hit. Clean enough. I mean, it looked like Kyle jumped into him. There is a deferred penalty at this point. Hands up. Somebody red get a stick on it so that they will stop that because their goalie is. And we're going to send it long. It doesn't matter because we can't score until we get a stick on the puck. Paul boards the guy. Still don't have it right. Official's arm's getting tired. And there we go. Charlie finally hits it over the glass. And play will stop. And a long deferred penalty against Kyle. Which is forever. Kyle will go into the box for 2 minutes. We will have our first penalty kill. We've taken 21 shots to 12 against on the scoreboard. Seems surprising considering that how well matched we've been against these guys in the past. Man. All right, White slap shot, tapped wide. I think maybe by their own player. It was a little hard to tell. White takes it behind the net. Slap shot again, well wide of the net. I say well wide. It was not that bad. Pass through, and this guy at the line almost missed it, flubbed it out. Shot, Armand saved his chest. Brian right there under his feet gets it up to Will, who sends it long. Brian tries to turn it around. There's Will. Will dumps it, and we will take this opportunity for a line change. Almost surprised. It looked like people were coming off the bench before the other ones got on. We had one game recently where I think they called us for too many men because like somebody went, a split second too early. Not this time. Slap shot. I think that was Greg, kicked it wide. I'm not sure if it would have been on net anyway, but White still has possession. Passes out to their guy at the line. Turns it around. Hesitates quite a bit before he takes the shot. Pad save Armand. White tries to do a little side shuffle. Scramble in front of the net. Shot again. Several saves there. This time it's under Armand's pads. Between his knees, and play will stop. We're up by 2 minutes, 53 seconds left in the second period. Kyle is in the box for another 20 seconds. Hopefully. Because hopefully he does not have to get out early. That would be bad. Shane takes the drop. Successfully gets it over to Spencer. Spencer, clear possession, hands it around. Up past Tim, and White has to chase it. Guy's got some speed on him. Tries to get past Shane. Shane taps it away, heads up in, hits the players in the Reston bench. Play will stop. 1 second left on Kyle's penalty. Be quick on that door, Guillermo. That's Guillermo, man in the box. Little hand signals back and forth. This what the coach wants Kyle to do. Shane takes a drop. It's going to come back. White touches it briefly. Kyle's right out into play. Mason gets a stick on it, taps it up. And it's going to go bouncing along. I couldn't see who hit that one. It's bouncing and eventually rolling. It'll be an icing call against Ashburn. And we will restart this one. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the second period. We're up by 2. If we win this one, we have a game against the winner of the Montgomery and Tri-City game. Nice. White came up with possession after the drop. Shane took the drop. There's up to Tim. Sorry for the camera angles here. It's always a little hard to keep good camera angles up close. Looking down on it. I'm trying to look over the camera, see what's going on. There's Shane. Oh, beautiful, just like reaches in. And goalie doesn't have it quite. Oh, there he finally does. I could see it kind of just there in front of the goalie and I think it was either Landon or Joey was standing there just waiting for them to engage and get that shot off. I think they might have been waiting for the whistle or just trying to get their balance and get in just a few inches closer so they could reach it. Zach takes a drop. Does his... There's Brody come up with possession. Long pass up to Zach at the line. Zach, wrister in, and the goalie has it, holding it. Trapped against his chest. Play that funky music, White Boy, by Wild Cherries on the playlist. Zach, back to Greg. Greg tries to send it to Brody, and it gets past him. I think Brody was... both Brody and I probably both thought Greg was going to shoot it. All right, Zach does some fancy skating, sends it bouncing behind the net. Brody tries to get a shot off. Greg and Charlie both close on it and had to like wave off. Bad comms. Charlie turns it around at the line, back to Zach. Or Brody, actually. Zach looked at it and let Brody take it. Oh, nice! Beautiful! Up to Paul. Brody to Paul and just taps it in backdoor. Where was the D? If my son were in goal, he would be really pissed at his defensive player who just left that back door open. The goalie can't... Oh, sorry, that's the... I don't know what happened with the gimbal there. Oh, and they are changing goalies. That's... Reston is sending out the other goalie as they're down 5-2. That's I don't know if that's good or bad. I mean, quite possibly we were doing well because they had, Armand's got it. Just blow the whistle, damn it. Nice play by Reston. Got it, moved it through our defense, got the shot off. Armand saved it. 59 seconds and a half on the clock in the second period. So he's say if their goalie's having a bad day, then having a fresh goalie can change things up and gives the team a feeling like they can bring this one back. Coach is taking action. On the other hand, the goalie is cold, right? He has not been playing. He's not warmed up anymore. All right, there's Will. Plus it demoralizes a little bit. Shot. Oh, tried to get it to Joey. Didn't quite get that. I mean, that backdoor thing was working for him on the last goalie. Brian scramble. There's Will. Will off the boards up to Mason at the point. Sends it into the paint. Goalie pad save. Scramble trying to, Reston trying to get it away. Mason's going to race for it. It's rolling towards Armand. Mason gets it, turns it around. Long pass, crisp reception up to Joey, who gets just crashes into the Reston player who was right behind him. I think that's Will, and Will goes down, losing edge, goes down, colliding with another Reston player as well. And time will run out on the second period. Brian skates back to pick up his mouth guard. Way at the far end of the ice. It's good he knew where he left it. I wondered about getting a boom mic. I was going to rig up one of those parabolic mics to listen into the coaches. I think with the music this loud, it wouldn't work anyway. But it reminds me of you see it on the pro football games. I know this song is actually not that old, but somehow reminds me of my childhood, but you know, nostalgia is just not what it used to be. I was mentioning earlier, like, you know, just trying to remind people to be thankful for the things in their life. Personally, I'm thankful for elevators because they're so uplifting. All right, Shea took the drop. He handed it off to Bobby, over to Spencer, back to Bobby, who kind of flubbed the reception and had to stall, but that's all right. They got it out of the zone. White had to come off. Bobby will pick it up again in the corner. Long pass up. Intended for Tim. Defensive player right on behind him kept it from being a nice clean play. There's Tim, sends it bouncing a little bit wide of the net. Landon backhands it, quick backhanded pass intended for Brian, I think, or at least intended for the paint for the crease. There's a Bobby up to Landon. Landon will skate it through. Gets it to Tim, who can't get the shot, or try to get a shot off. Goalie sticks it away. Back around to Tim. Scramble. Charlie gets a shot off. Tim tries to get a shot off. Goalie's out of position. They're tripping over him. He's trying to get back up. Landon will pick it up. Tries to send it into the center. White got a stick on it and got it away. It will come out. Greg stops at neutral center ice. He will dump it back in. Landon will head to the bench. He's tired. Paul comes out to replace him. Zach's still out there. Tim's trying to fish it out. There's a 2-on-2 scramble there. I think it's 2-on-2. Oh, no, 2-on-3. 2 reds and 3 whites. Contesting for the puck right there on the boards in the corner. Eventually squirts out. White's got it. They're going to have to get past the Ashburn D, which in this case is Greg and Charlie. I always want to, like, say, oh, our best D, but, you know, candidly, all of our D are really good. All right, White did a nice attempt to pass, and it came back to Paul. He tries to send it long to, I think, to Jack. White flicks it over the glass. Play will stop. Of course, it's easy for me to say. I think if I asked Luke, he could probably tell me who the best D is. They all seem like they're, you know, I'm always impressed with the D. Of course, maybe that's because I'm watching. There's a hand pass. I'm not sure on who, but we're going to restart this one from the center. All right, a little scramble there. White comes up with it briefly. Kyle got a stick in there right when I thought White had it. It's going to go long. Paul heads to the bench. Mason stops at the line. Joey out to replace Paul. Slap shot, a little bit wide, or maybe the goalie blocker pushed it wide. Hard to tell from this angle. Brian sends it back out to Joey. He tries to send it again, deflects off of a White stick, and White tries to tap it out. Kyle stops at the line, but White comes back up with it. Oh, and Joey has a chance to get it back again, which he does. He's going to skate it in, looking for a wrap. Tried to hand it to Brian, and there's a whistle. This guy, number 19, White, second penalty against him. He's thrown his gloves. He is pissed. Of course, I'm standing with Ashburn parents around me who... Oh, they're calling it 10-on-2, I guess. There's 2 of them. I wasn't watching the goalies, or the referees, rather. All right. We'll have a 2-minute power play. And White comes up with it. Spencer gets it away from him briefly. They get it back. This dude is single-handedly determined to get it in. He's doing a nice job skating through. Armand sticks it away, and they get a rebound shot, which I'm not sure if it hit Armand's pads and went wide, or it just was wide anyway. All right. Long pass up. I think that was Zach up to Will. Will to Joey. Taps off his stick. Joe picks it up in the corner. Looks for the pass. Tries to get it through. Backhanded. White gets it away from him. But Zach's there on the ready on the far side of the goal. He's looking for that high angle shot. Gets it into the goalie's shoulder, I think. Zach back to Charlie. Charlie across to Spence. No, Greg. Greg sends it in. And there is a whistle on. Meh. All right, I don't know what that was about. They stopped the play and started us back up and neutralized. All right. Shane took the drop. Greg dumped it long. White does a pretty nice job passing it, but then their guy misses the reception of it, and Greg will turn it around from him. Up to Tim. Tim, long cross. It's going to be off the boards. Landon's going to get it. Oh, and he loses an edge and goes down before he can get the shot off. It's going to come back out. Charlie will pick it up, neutralize. Cross to Kyle. Kyle looking, gets past the red line and dumps it. Tim put some pressure on. Shane almost got there in time to steal the pass. Mason sticks it away, letting Shane pick it up. Shane gets it past the line and sends it into the goalie's glove. Yeah, 12 seconds left on the power play. I will remind you all we are on a power play. For another 12 seconds. Zach took the drop. Mason to Kyle. Shot. Goalie saved. I think that was Jack back to Zach. He's in the corner to Kyle. Kyle spin move. Takes it in. Shot. Goalie stopped it, but then left it sitting on the ice in front of him. I think that's Paul getting boarded. Zach back to Kyle. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was Jack to Kyle. Back to Paul behind the net. Reston's back at full strength. And they get it out. Then the guy hits his own player in the butt. Zach pressure on the whole time. Kyle, I spin around. Paul on the boards. Zach and Kyle. Paul, Zach, and Kyle all conspiring to get the puck away from Reston. Beautifully. Eventually, Mason is like a huge team effort. Mason and Jack. Everybody in that play got it. And Reston will ice it. The play will stop. We're going to start that one back up with 9 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third period. And we are up by 3 points. Knock on wood for me, because I'm about to say this is looking like we might pull this one out. Try to caveat it a little bit. Brian took the drop. Will. Bobby, slap shot. Goalie has it. Whew. Brian with drop to Will, to Bobby, back to Brian. Back to Will, rather. White knocks it out, and Spencer, from the blue line, finds a hole in the screen. Somebody spray for mosquitoes, because you got a hole in your screen. Spencer. Unbelievable. Score is 6-2 with 8 minutes and 54 seconds left in the third period. That was just a timeout, probably called by Reston. Unbelievable. You know, years ago I used to have a girlfriend who was a dentist, but then she dumped me and it hurt my feelings. That's not a very good joke, is it? Wiggy takes a drop. Am I allowed to call him Wiggy? Other people do. Not my habit. I usually call the kids by their first names. All right, that was Bobby got it away. Wiggins tapped it long. Brody picked it up in front of the net. Deferred penalty on us. And Spencer, I think, is going to the box. That's all right. You deserve a rest after that unbelievable snipe from the blue line. We will have a 2-minute penalty kill. 8 minutes, 35 seconds left in the third period. Shane takes a drop. Reston comes up with possession. And, oh, there's the stupid gimbal is being weird again. Apologies. I must not have the phone. I must not have it balanced properly. Shane gets in the way of their offensive drive there and knocks it away, almost recovers it, and single-handedly switches to offense. They're doing a nice job passing around him, and Shane is single-handedly keeping them busy. Again, this time I think it was Charlie. Charlie got a stick in there and sticked it away up to where Shane was waiting. There's Greg, hits the brakes, flicks it long. That's going to go bouncing and be icing call. I was sort of scrambling to get set up today, and I did not. I usually spend more time sort of balancing the gimbal. Landon taking the drop. Gets tripped and falls on the puck. Landon hands it off. They try to take a shot. It hits Landon's skate. The second shot there was up against the glass over Armand's head. Mason will send it long. Landon's going to race for it. He will get there in time to. The goalie overcommitted. Landon was a little too far. Goalie kept pacing with him. Kept facing square. Jack got a stick in, and it's back to Landon. He will have another shot at faking the goalie out. Oh, this time not as clean. There's plenty of white defenders there. They got it away from him. Jack was basically there. Nice collision with Mason. It's going to come out to neutral ice. It's going to be a penalty. Probably on Mason. Nope, on Jack. Ooh. 2 and 10 against Jack. I was not even looking at whatever Jack did. I was busy watching Landon. So, Landon will join him in the box. And we will have 5-on-3. Look sharp, Ashburn. Reston comes up with it. Number 88. Landon's evil twin. Pass it A2. Pass it around. Shot wide of the net, I think. It's going to come all the way out. They're going to have to pick it up. Chase it all the way down to their own defensive zone. Pass across. Guillermo. So Spencer's done. We're back to 5-on-3 or 5-on-4 play. Bobby picks it up off the boards up to Paul. Paul taps it out of the zone. Bobby back to Paul again, back to Bobby. Two of them, nice teamwork. And there's a no whistle on that one. And shot, and it's over Armand's head. There was a score will be 6-3. Landon's out of the box. Jack's still in there. We should actually... Another timeout. So score 6-3 with 6 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in the third period. 33 shots to their 20. There was a hard hit. Probably should have been a penalty. At least according to the Ashburn fan next to me. Chris, these games have a tendency to get chippy at the end. 3-point deficit is a lot to make up in 6 minutes, but not impossible. Everybody stay safe out there. We don't need any injuries because we got another game to win tomorrow. Zach takes a drop. Brody, I think, had it briefly, got in front of it, and there's a little scramble. Wide of the net. I think that was Brody. It was Zach that I thought had that first shot, and then Brody was there to help. Zach passes to Greg. Greg will dump it, letting teammates Zach and Paul try to do something. Charlie waiting at the line. Greg up to Brody. It's going to come out. Zach scrambling, gets to the red line, dumps it. I think that's Paul scrambling. 2-on-1. Comes popping back to Charlie to Kyle. Kyle gets past the line and dumps it. I could hear the coach screaming for Charlie. I'm not sure what that was about, but I guess it's time for him to come off or something. Mason sticks it away, stopping the advance. They get it back, try to send it in. Armand kind of stops it. Kyle will pass it up to Joey. Joey to Brian. Brian sends it long. That's going to be icing. 6-3 on the board. 4 minutes, 42 seconds left. Dexy's Midnight's Runners. Come on, Eileen, on the playlist. Pass it back to Mason. Mason around the boards where Will have a chance to get it out. Reston stops him. Mason backhands it around. Kyle chase it up. Taps it to Joey. The two of them almost collide. Mason will send it around hard this time. Will tap it and keep it going. Brian races to get it away. All right, White had it. Send it along. Passes it up. Bounces off Kyle's stick. Mason. They're not playing as crisp right now as they have been, as they started. Boys are tired, I imagine. Brian up to Joey. Joey collides hard with a Reston player. Tim coming off the bench, turns it around. Joey stops it, and Tim got a shot off. Goalie saved it. Joey couldn't quite get the rebound. I mean, he got possession after the rebound, but couldn't get another shot off. Tim out to Shane. Shane shot. Goalie pad save. Tim slapping at it. Passes it up to Tim. Tim falls down. Puck comes squirting out. Reston hit it out. It wasn't really squirted. Landed. Pass it in. Shane tried to get a shot off there. It's going to come all the way around. Bobby. Wrister from the blue line. Up. Reston, I thought it was going to be up to Shane, but Reston intercepted it. Reston sends it long. Bobby lets Spencer get it. Spencer tries to bring it along the boards, ends up in a little huddle there. And somebody, I think Tim, got a stick on it and sent it long. It'll be icing on us, but we could probably use the fresh legs. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left. We're up by 3 points. 6-3 in this semifinal game for the Chesapeake Bay Hockey League. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by all the usual things: the Interstate Highway System, the Internet, Apple, iPhone, YouTube, me, by Luke's mom, who was willing to forego watching the game There's an empty net attempt from all the way down at the other end by, I think was it Charlie said that? I didn't realize they were empty net. I should have. Makes sense. But he was, from that distance, that's a hell of accuracy, but especially under pressure. Zach took the drop. Came around by Charlie to Brody. Brody up to Paul. Paul will flicks it long-ish. White passes it through. Goes. Brody tried to do something. It went under his stick. Paul scramble. Charlie. Long cross up to Brody. Brody tries to send it into the net. Hits the White player in the chest. I think he got a little over anxious for that empty net. I wonder how much that affects their psychology. They're like, I can score. It's empty net. Brody flicks it long. It's spinning. White will chase it. We got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. White long pass. Kyle hits him hard. They pass it through. I think that was Mason. Tried to hand it out to the line. Will maybe had a stick on it. Red has to come off. All right, we're back in. White sends it long. Mason stopped it briefly. Kyle sends it long. See if he can find the net this time. Nope, it's still wide. This time wider than last time. Minute 33 left. Keep doing it, you'll find it. I guess at this point you're not so worried about making the strong play, the safe one. You got a minute 30 left. There's Will on a breakaway, mirror breakaway. He backhands it. Oh, it was wide of the net. There was some pressure on him, so it wasn't like he had, had nothing to worry about. White's going to come up with it. Off the glass. Rolling. Icing on Reston. Their goalie will come back out, I think. Yep. As we do restart from the spot. Minute 9 seconds left to go. We're up by 3. 6-3 on the board. Shane takes the face off. Ends up back behind the net. Tim was there. Oh, and Landon snipes it top shelf. And the score will be 7-3. Unbelievable. Beautiful. I mean, I think this goalie from Reston, who's got the darker helmet, is, I have no comments on which one's more talented. This one seems to be shorter. And that top shelf over his shoulder as he was down. Shane takes the drop. Lofts it. It's wide of the net. We got less than a minute to go. Shane, I thought he handed it up to Tim. I actually couldn't see it. Landon takes a shot. Goalie pad save. He gets back in there. Shane, a little scramble. Puck's come squirting out to the far side spot. White passes it up. Gets past Charlie. They got a shot off there. Pad save Armand. Shot from the blue line. Pad save again. Tim tries to slap it long. Has to do it twice. And then gets it to Landon, who will have to attempt. Oh, he tried and was denied by the goalie. Comes squirting out. Charlie. Slap shot from the line. He will head to the bench. We got 10 seconds left. I don't know why you bother. Paul. I guess coach told him to. Scrambling. And time will run out. And we'll win this one. At this point, is no longer in doubt. We'll end Reston's CBHL season, although we will face them again next weekend at the Virginia States series. So they will have another bite at this apple. That's good to maybe demoralize them. Although Luke was saying we should jokingly, I think, saying we should lose to them so that they are more demoralized when we crush them in states. But I think it's better, personally, just crush them now so they start feeling like we are unbeatable. They come in nervous. I don't know if being nervous is worse than being overconfident. Which one's better? Here's our goalies, Armand and Luke. Their first one's off the ice. They're done with this. Paul walking by. It's been fun being our broadcaster for this first game of the CBHL playoffs for the Bantam AA. I will schedule the stream for tomorrow. Luke should be in net for our game. Does anybody know? I'm not even sure who won, whether it was Montgomery or Tri-City. I assume it was Montgomery, just because I think they were top ranked. I didn't check in advance. I don't know if they're still handing out the lunchbox. My understanding is that the lunchbox got destroyed. Hey, I see you. Good. As a parent of one of Luke's former teammates. So I plan on broadcasting tomorrow, as usual. We'll see you. I think it's what was it, 3-something game? I don't know. Check the schedule for times on the game, and don't forget to be awesome. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't do anything I wouldn't enjoy, and have a great Ashburn hockey day. Extra props. I think for me, the score of the game was probably Spencer's, where he just slammed it through that hole. But there was a lot of great scores there. All right, have a great one. Winner, chicken dinner. I feel like a little bit at the end of Harris Bueller, where he's like, "What? You're still here? It's over. Go home." I have to reconnect some.